I was standing in front of the gas station, staring at the closed sign. My weekly ritual interrupted. I could give up and leave, but something told me to drive a few blocks ahead. That decision changed my life forever and made me win $200,000. Stay until the end. I'm going to show you exactly what I did to manifest this. Simple techniques you can use today too. And subscribe to the channel, because this story will prove to you that the universe really does conspire in your favor. It all started in January 2022, when I was sitting on our torn couch in Phoenix, scrolling through YouTube without thinking about anything. Marcus was in the shower, and I could hear the water running as I watched a manifestation video that randomly popped up on my timeline. The woman on screen was talking about attracting money with intention, visualizing as if it were already real, eliminating maybe from your mind. I had always played the lottery, $5, $10 a week, just for fun with no real expectation. But something in that video touched me deeply. Maybe it was the exhaustion of postponing our wedding for the third time. Maybe it was the fear of looking at our bank account and seeing those ridiculous numbers. That night, I grabbed my old notebook and wrote for the first time, "I'm going to win a big lottery prize. This is already mine." Felt a shiver. The following weeks were strange. I started consuming everything about the law of attraction, quantum physics, vibrational frequency. I'd wake up half an hour earlier to visualize. I'd close my eyes and see myself holding a winning ticket, feeling the paper between my fingers, hearing Marcus scream with joy. I'd speak out loud in the car on my way to work. "I am a lottery winner. The money is already coming to me." First, it felt ridiculous. My voice would shake, but I kept going. Marcus didn't take it seriously. He'd laugh, not in a cruel way, but with that laugh of someone who finds it cute and innocent. "Baby, that's cool, but we need a real plan," he'd say, while calculating how much we needed to save for a house down payment, a goal that seemed light years away. My mom was worse. When I mentioned I was using manifestation techniques, she rolled her eyes. "Talia, you work at a dental office. Be realistic. These things don't work for people like us." People like us. That phrase hammered in my head for days. But I didn't stop. Every Friday, I'd go to the Shell gas station on McDowell Road, the same one as always, and buy tickets. Except now it was different. I'd choose the numbers with intention. I'd hold each ticket for a few seconds, take a deep breath, and say mentally, "This could be mine." Not maybe. Not I hope so. Just, this could be. February passed. Nothing. March came, and I felt that inner voice starting to whisper again. "See? You're wasting time. You're spending money you don't have." But something inside me, stubborn, almost irrational, refused to give up. I remembered that video I watched, that feeling that something bigger was guiding me. On the night of March 14th, Monday, I wrote in my notebook, "I trust the universe's timing. Even when I don't understand, I trust." My hands were sweating as I wrote. I didn't know if I truly believed it or if I was just trying to convince myself. The next morning, Tuesday, March 15th, I woke up with a tightness in my chest. It was payday, but most of it was already committed to overdue bills. Marcus had left early for a job interview, the fourth one that month. I got ready on autopilot, grabbed my worn purse, and went to work. Throughout the entire morning, I saw patients, scheduled appointments, smiled mechanically. But my mind was elsewhere. Something was different about that day. I felt it in my stomach, a mix of anxiety and anticipation. When the clock hit noon, I grabbed my purse and left for lunch. I drove to the Shell station on McDowell Road like I always did. It was my ritual. But when I turned the corner, I saw the sign on the door. "Closed for maintenance." Closed. My heart sank. It felt like a bad sign, like the universe was saying, "Give up. Today's not your day." I sat there with the car running, staring at that sign. My mother's voice echoed in my head. "People like us. I could just leave, go back to work, forget all of this. It would be easier." But then I remembered something I heard in one of the videos. When one door closes, the universe is redirecting you. It's not rejection. It's protection and redirection. I took a deep breath, looked around. A few blocks ahead, I knew there was a 7-Eleven. It wasn't my usual place. I had never bought tickets there. But something, a soft voice almost imperceptible, was telling me to go. "Okay, universe," I said out loud, alone in the car. "I trust you." I drove to the 7-Eleven. The parking lot was almost empty. The door chime rang when I walked in, and the smell of old coffee and hot dogs hit me. The clerk, an older man wearing a sun's cap, was behind the counter looking at his phone. I went to the lottery machine and stopped. My heart was racing. I opened my wallet. I had $100 there, money I had set aside to buy groceries for the week. I knew Marcus would be mad if he found out. I knew it was irresponsible. But in that moment, something bigger than logic took over me. I'm going to spend it all, I thought. I'm going to trust completely. I started choosing different types of tickets. Scratchers, Fast Play, Powerball. Each one I picked up, I held for a second and breathed. I spent the $100. Each ticket the clerk handed me seemed to carry a different weight in my hand. I wasn't just buying printed paper. I was declaring something to the universe. When I finished, he looked at me with that "good luck, you'll need it" expression and went back to his phone. I left the store with a bag full of tickets and sat in the car. The broken air conditioning made the Phoenix heat feel even worse inside that cramped space. I placed the bag on the passenger seat and took a deep breath. My stomach was churning. Part excitement, part terror for having just spent the grocery money. I started with the scratchers. One by one I scratched with a coin. Nothing. $5 here, 10 there. Small prizes that barely covered what I spent. My heart started sinking again. Of course, I thought. What did you expect? But then I grabbed a different ticket. It was a progressive jackpot Fast Play. Something I had never played before. The ticket came ready, no scratching, just scan. I ran it through the scanner of the portable machine I had downloaded on my phone. The screen loaded. And then it appeared. Congratulations! Progressive jackpot winner. My brain took about 3 seconds to process. I looked again. Read every letter. Progressive. Jackpot. Winner. But the amount below was confusing. It said, $2,000. $2,000. My heart jumped. 2,000 would already be amazing. But something seemed wrong. Progressive jackpots don't reset at such low values. I grabbed the physical ticket and looked closer. That's when I saw it. In the upper right corner, in small letters, it read, Progressive jackpot, $200,000. Reset value $2,000. $200,000. I had just won $200,000. My breathing stopped. Literally stopped. I stared at that number, blinking, waiting for it to change, for it to be a mistake, for the screen to glitch. But it didn't change. It was there. Real. Printed. 10. Confirmed. And then I screamed. I screamed so loud that a guy walking by in the parking lot looked inside my car scared. My hands were shaking violently. I grabbed my phone, dialed Marcus, and didn't even wait for him to finish saying, "Hello. I won." I screamed. "Marcus, I won the lottery." Silence on the other end. "Talia, what? What are you talking about?" $200,000. I won $200,000. Baby, calm down. Are you okay? Where are you? He didn't believe it. Course not. I didn't believe it myself. I hung up the phone, still shaking, and looked at the ticket again. It was there. Real. In my hands. And then the fear arrived. The fear came like a cold wave. Suddenly, I wasn't euphoric anymore. I was terrified. I looked around the parking lot as if someone could be watching me, waiting to rip the ticket from my hand. My heart was beating so fast it hurt in my chest. What do I do now? I thought in panic. What if I lose this ticket? What if someone steals it? What if it tears? I grabbed a pen from my purse with hands shaking so much I could barely hold it. I read the instructions on the back of the ticket. Sign immediately. Sign immediately. I signed my name, Talia Morrison, with trembling, almost illegible handwriting. I looked at the smudged signature and felt a lump in my throat. This was real. That piece of paper was worth $200,000 and it was signed with my name. I started the car and drove home on autopilot. I don't remember the route. I don't remember stopping at lights. I only remember holding the steering wheel with one hand and pressing the ticket against my chest with the other, as if it would disappear if I let go. When I got home, Marcus still hadn't come back. The apartment was silent, stuffy from the heat. I locked the door behind me, went straight to the bedroom, and opened the closet. I grabbed an old shoebox that was in the back, took the shoes out, put the ticket inside, and hid the box behind a pile of old blankets. I sat on the edge of the bed, staring at the closed closet, and started crying. It wasn't tears of joy. It was tears of fear, confusion, shock. I had spent weeks visualizing, affirming, believing, but now that it had happened, I didn't know what to do with it. Part of me still thought it was a lie, that I had read it wrong, that tomorrow I'd wake up and find out it was a mistake. When Marcus got home an hour later, I was sitting on the couch, completely motionless. He walked in, saw my face, and frowned. "Are you okay? Was that phone call real?" Could only nod. "Talia, show me the ticket." "No." "What do you mean, no?" "I hid it. I'm scared to touch it." He looked at me like I'd lost my mind. Maybe I had. I took him to the bedroom, opened the closet, pulled out the shoebox, and showed him. Marcus carefully picked up the ticket, as if it were a sacred relic, and read it. His eyes widened. "Oh my God," he whispered. "Talia, this is real." We both stood there, holding that ticket, not knowing whether to laugh or cry. That night I barely slept. I got up 3 times to check if the ticket was still there. The next morning I woke up at 5 a.m. I couldn't sleep anymore. Marcus was still snoring beside me, but I was already dressed, with the shoebox under my arm, ready to go to the lottery office as soon as it opened. I drove to Scottsdale, where the Arizona Lottery headquarters was located. The half-hour drive felt like it lasted 3 seconds and 3 hours at the same time. I parked, grabbed the box, and walked in. The receptionist greeted me with an automatic smile. I need to claim a prize," I managed to say, my voice coming out thin. She handed me a clipboard with forms. My hands were sweating so much they stained the paper. I filled everything out, signed where they asked, and waited. A man in a suit appeared, took my ticket, took it to a back room. I sat there, alone, listening to the tick-tock of the clock on the wall, thinking that any moment someone would come out and say, "Sorry, there was a mistake." But there was no mistake. 15 minutes later, the man came back smiling. "Congratulations, Miss Morrison. Everything's verified. You won $200,000. I heard it but didn't process it. He kept talking about taxes, payment methods, payout options. I just nodded, mute. I chose to receive it all at once, even knowing taxes would eat a chunk. It didn't matter. Even after deductions, it was more money than I'd seen in my entire life. I left there 3 hours later with a check in my purse and a surreal feeling of lightness. I called Marcus. This time he answered, already shouting, "Well, it's real, baby. We won." He started crying on the other end of the line. So did I. That week we paid off all our debts. All of them. Credit cards, student loans, overdue electric bill, everything. The feeling of seeing those numbers zeroed out was almost as good as winning the prize itself. We put a down payment on a small house in Tempe, with a backyard and everything. We set our wedding date for October. For real this time. But the deepest transformation wasn't in the bank. 'Twas in me. I had spent my whole life believing that people like us didn't have the right to big things. That dreaming was dangerous. That hope was naivete. That ticket, that redirection from the universe when the station closed, taught me something no amount of money could buy. I was worthy. Worthy of abundance. Worthy of miracles. Worthy of trust. The universe hadn't given me that prize by chance. It gave it to me because I finally believed I deserved it. And that was the real victory. Today, when I look back, I realize the prize wasn't just the $200,000. It was the journey of learning to trust. Trust myself, trust the process, trust that the universe was conspiring in my favor even when everything seemed to be going wrong. That closed gas station wasn't a block. It was a redirection, and I chose to follow it. If you're reading this and thinking, "This will never happen to me," I get it. I thought the same thing hundreds of times. But the truth is, you don't need to believe perfectly. You just need to believe enough to take the next step. Visualize, but speak as if it's already yours. Trust the redirections. Protect your energy. And when the right door opens, and it will open, be ready to walk through it. The universe is waiting for you to believe. If this story inspired you, hit that subscribe button and share it with someone who needs to hear this message. Your manifestation is closer than you think.